The clash of the Philippines' political titans. Political atmosphere in the Philippines may be likened to its weather, constantly changing. Political affiliations, political colors, and even party loyalty is not permanent. Everything is swiftly changing, just like the thin air in the atmosphere. Two political titans in the Philippines, the Marcoses and the Dutertes, had been bonded by their common cause, common idealism, common characteristics, charisma, and they are both popularly elected president in the Philippines. They were strong allies. Their bond is unbeatable, and their sense of loyalty had been forged through fire and challenges. However, the political climate has changed. After the political honeymoon have subsided comes the nightmare of their differences. What had gone wrong that causes the strife between these two political tycoons? Before we go any further, please do not forget to subscribe to Prime Pulse Balita channel and smash that like button for more quality videos you can't certainly get from others. A quick glimpse on Digong. Duterte, the Punisher, and Duterte Harry are terms used to refer to the former president Rodrigo Roa Duterte. The cocky nature and unruly manner of expressing his ideas and constant cursing had earned him the ire of some Western countries, but was embraced by the common Filipino people. He was seen and felt as one with the masses. This may be the reason as to his landslide victory and inaugurated as president on June 30th, 2016. He was raised in a political environment, being the son of the governor of the Davao province. His radical ideas might have been influenced by his mother, who had an active role during the People Power Revolution that ousted the late President Ferdinand Marcos Sr. He had outstanding political career. He rose from being undefeated mayor to becoming the popular president of the Philippines. Duterte is Davao, and Davao is Duterte, for he puts Davao in the place of the map as one of the safest places in the Southeast Asia. This is amidst the undying controversy of the existence of the Davao Death Squad. Duterte's reign as the president of the Philippines had been stained with blood. During his first 6 months in the office, he launched his war on drugs that resulted to the extrajudicial killings of about 6,000 people. The continuous rise on the number of the people that are being extrajudicially killed was alarming that it prompted the International Court of Justice on February 2018 to conduct a preliminary investigation on the 12,000 deaths during the War on Drugs campaign. The Duterte administration immediately withdrew the Philippines' membership to the International Court of Justice, thereby ousting the ICCC of its jurisdiction to conduct the preliminary investigation on the War on Drugs campaign. The lingering controversies on his administration, such as the Marawi siege, Leila de Lima's criminal charges, and her imprisonment, had made him to be known as a man with an iron-clad fist. Taking a glance on Bongbong Marcos. To the world, judge me not by my ancestors, but by my actions, uttered by Bongbong Marcos in his 2022 speech. This was a clear manifestation that he would not be a shadow of his family lineage, nor of his political predecessor, Digong Duterte. The 17th president of the Philippines that won by a landslide of about 31 million of votes, making him a popular president of the Philippines. Fondly called as Bongbong by the Filipinos for being the prince of the Philippine politics, a scion of powerful man, the late President Ferdinand E. Marcos, Sr., and a Manila beauty queen, Imelda Romualdez Marcos. Groomed to be the next leader of the country, Bongbong Marcos had started his political career as vice governor of the Ilocos Norte, eventually rose to the political ladder when he became a governor, member of the House of Representatives, and member of the House of the Senate. Marcos and Duterte Union. The union of Marcos and Duterte during the 2022 presidential election was a union that signifies unity. It was a sweet union, or was it a union for convenience? The Marcos and Duterte alliance had crystallized the Marcos' dream of returning and reclaiming back their glory as the first family of the Philippines. Just like a romantic couple who has been struck by the momentarily frenzy acquaintance, the Marcos and Duterte hastily formed the Uni team and eventually woke up with knives against each other. The crack on the Uni team. Once a vase had a crack, it would continue to break until it is shattered into pieces. Let us take a closer look on the following cracks that deepen the wound and feud between the Marcos and Duterte clans. Removal of Gloria Macapagal Arroyo as Senior Deputy House Speaker. In the game of politics, allies, pawns, and higher officials that tends to protect the king or president is being secured by removing the allies and pawns of the rival or enemy. For some time, there were rumors about ousting Martin Romualdez as the Speaker of the House. Martin Romualdez is known as an ally and a relative of President Marcos. His position as the Speaker of the House is vital in ensuring that Bongbong Marcos would not be impeached or faced any uncompromising position. Allegedly, the plan of ousting Romualdez is spearheaded by Gloria Macapagal Arroyo. This was seen as reason for the removal of Arroyo as a senior deputy speaker. This action had triggered the anger of the vice president. Sara Duterte, for Arroyo, is her ally and a mentor. Stripped off of the vice president's confidential funds. The vice president faced a humiliation of being stripped off of her confidential funds during the congressional inquiry, wherein she was scrutinized as to how she handled her funds. The president failed to justify as to how she spent the $12.5 million, or about $2.25 million, within the period of 11 days. Her failure to clarify that matter had led the Congress to strip off of her confidential fund. The act of Congress had irked the former President Duterte that he immediately issued a statement lambasting the Congress as a rotten institution. Release of Leila de Lima on bail. The nemesis and the kryptonite of Digong Duterte is Leila de Lima, who was charged and incarcerated during Duterte's reign as president. It was a public knowledge that de Lima had once spearheaded the investigation on Davao's death squad. Her release on bail is seen to have fueled the fire between Marcos and Duterte. Resolution for the Philippine cooperation with the International Court of Justice. The Philippines had withdrawn its membership from the International Court of Justice in order for the ICC to be ousted of its jurisdiction to conduct any investigation relative to the extrajudicial killings during the Duterte's regime. Ferdinand Marcos Jr. was firm on his stand that the country will not go back to ICC and that it should stop its investigation on any extrajudicial killings, for the country is competent enough to handle such investigation. The chair of the Committee on Human Rights had issued last November 2023 a resolution that appeals to the Philippine government to cooperate with the ICC on the investigation pertaining to the extrajudicial killings. Sara Duterte issued a statement that any act of investigation conducted by the ICC in the Philippines is considered as unconstitutional. The brawl between Bongbong and Digong. The political feud between the two titans was reduced to the level of the children's brawl, wherein each party had been slinging to each other the drug addiction issues. It all started when former President Rodrigo Duterte claimed that he has personal knowledge as to Bongbong Marcos' drug addiction problem, that he did not disclose the information due to their friendship, and that he was forced to divulge it for the reason that Marcos Jr. is endangering the country by aligning the foreign policy with the United States of America and becoming hostile with China. Former president's remark was simply brushed aside by the incumbent president as an after effect of the substance known as fentanyl, of which the former president is taking as a medicine for painkiller. I think it's fentanyl. It's the strongest painkiller you can buy, but it's addictive and has very serious side effects, retorted by Bongbong Marcos before leaving for Vietnam. The demise of UNITEAM. The continuous brawl of Marcos and Duterte and their exchange of harsh words may be the final blow that will shatter the UNITEAM into pieces. The future of the Philippine politics would be in the hands of these titans of how they would navigate their course that may lead to the unification and healing or just deepen division of the country. Like this video? Tell us in the comments section down below. We would love to hear from you. For more informative videos and discussion, don't forget to subscribe to our channel, Prime Pulse Balita, and click the thumbs up button.